We have officially reached the time of year when I find myself yearning to walk barefoot over the earth again, letting myself become grounded as I notice the moss and the trees beginning to breathe with new life, no longer being pulled back under by the frost and the snow. But in reality, spring here in the Rocky Mountains can be a cruel little trickster, the continuation of never-ending winter that taunts you with glimpses of summer before its icy claws rake over the land again and again, not quite yet ready to let go. As tired as I am, this is a reality I try to accept with gratitude, because these last few winters have been strange with hardly any precipitation for most of the season. We need all the snow we can get now, arming and preparing the mountains to combat another summer of inevitable heat and forest fires. But regardless of our need for this prolonged winter, I'll admit I've found the last month to be quite a hard one. I feel like I've lost all creative motivation, feeling stuck in this strange in-between season. And although the daylight hours have stretched dramatically, it's still too dangerous to get far out into the backcountry with all the snow and avalanches. I long to create again, to climb mountains, to lose myself in the vast landscapes for days and even weeks at a time. And now, much like our neighborhood bears who begin to wake up from hibernation, I've been trying to shake off this feeling of tiredness. And I've noticed a pull at my heart, a gentle tug that no matter how often I hide away in one place for a while, it reawakens the nomadic side of me, a side that can't resist the earth's call when she beckons. Which is how I ended up here, back on the west coast of British Columbia, where I originally grew up and where I still feel very at home in my heart. We packed the car with our belongings and drove 10 hours west, trading the snow and rugged mountains for the rainforest and ocean, where the weather is milder, the spring comes sooner, and the welcome change of scenery is like a balm for the soul. While being out here, I found myself reflecting a lot this month on what's truly important to me. During these creative ruts and in-between seasons, I often tend to go through these stages of feeling stuck, both emotionally and creatively. There is a part of me that's often irritated or angry towards myself for not having the energy and motivation to be productive, especially when I find myself falling into comparison mind games, watching other creatives sharing what they're doing, where they are, what they made, the successes they celebrate. And while I'm truly happy for them, I often find myself feeling like I'm lacking, like I'm not doing enough. And if I'm not careful, it can easily get me down. Yet there's another part of me, which whispers much more subtly, and I often must get quiet enough to hear it. A voice in the back of my mind that tells me to accept this, to be okay with my slow productivity, reflected in a slow season, to trust this process of resting, because maybe it's exactly what I need to give me the energy later to grow. Maybe I should be proud of myself now for simply being enough. So for now, I've been focusing on living more presently, taking my daily lessons from Pepper on the joys of sand between the toes, cool sticks, birds, and simply being alive. And when I reflect more on these little moments, I realize they're actually the big moments, the important parts of life that I want to remember. I think maybe creative ruts aren't something to be feared or to feel bad about. I want to try to see them as a gift, reminding us to step back and look around, really look. Maybe this time is a gift, reminding me that I don't actually want to spend my life trying harder to do more, create more, and be more. I just want to be enough, a gently living, loving, and imperfect being, letting go of the pressure I put on myself, and finding the balance between doing the bare minimum of what I think I should do and showing up more fully to experience being here, very much alive, right now. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm out here with my mug of tea on my favorite beach here on the west side of Vancouver Island in the beloved sunshine. It's the first day I felt warm in weeks, and I'm here with my partner Chris, who is photographing the waves. And we have little Pepper down here. He's having a nap in the sun, which is exactly what I just did too for the last hour and a half or so. I have to show you all this beautiful mug that my friend Elsie gave me. It's Pepper sitting here looking at the mountains and the forest and the lake or ocean or whatever it is. And now it's my favorite mug of all time. This is the scene that I love to look at in real life when I'm hiking or being in places like this. This is how Pepper sits and just takes in the view. And now I have this mug which depicts that very scene. And I love it. Oh, and it's made by Two Dogs and a Potter, which is a local-ish artist to us here on the west coast of British Columbia. I'll show you Chris's mug too, because he also got given one. Where'd it go? Pass me the mug, Chris. Here it is. This is one of her newer ones that she made with beautiful mountains. And I just love how rustic and artsy it is. And if anybody knows me, you know that I love sipping tea and coffee in beautiful places. And now I have beautiful mugs of these beautiful places to sip my tea and coffee from in these beautiful places. So that's pretty dang good, I dare say. We're gonna wait out here for till after sundown, probably 4 more hours or so now. As you can see, it is bluebird skies today. There is not an ounce of mood in the sky, and I find it quite difficult to shoot my self-portrait material in this kind of weather, as beautiful as it is for basking in the first warmth that I've felt so far this season. But we're gonna wait till after sundown so that we can create our own mood for a photo idea that I have in mind, which involves a torch that Chris made. Where did the torch go? Here it is. Oh. Yeah, so we're gonna get artsy fartsy tonight. Thanks, Chris. And we're gonna use that over among the rocks in this canyon-y area, which you can't see very well, but you'll see it tonight when we attempt to create something magic there. So meanwhile, we will just enjoy these last 4 hours or so until sundown and wait for that blue hour and nap in the sun while we have it, and eat our snackies and drink our drinks and enjoy life. So Pepper was just sound asleep until he heard the crinkle of the hickory stick bag. All of a sudden, there was a head poking through Chris's arm and taking the hickory sticks. Asleep no longer, are you, Pepper? Maybe going deaf in your old age, but you can sure hear when a snack bag opens. Kinda like me. Okay, so the light is starting to get good now, which is why I got the big guns out. But unfortunately, I'm feeling a little bit sick because I accidentally just ate way too much chocolate while waiting for the sun to get lower, and now I feel super lethargic and gross, which is my own stupid fault. But now we only have 1 hour left until sundown, so I gotta take advantage of this good light. It's time to work off some snacks. Okay, here we go. To be honest, it's here in this emotional space of just being enough that seems to be the sweet spot for me, where I connect with a deeper and rawer form of my own truth each day, which often ends up expressing itself through new art ideas and creativity anyway, even in ways I might not have thought of in the first place if I tried to keep creating out of pressure, comparison, or forcing myself out of creative ruts. It's like a breath of relief coming back to myself here, in this lighter space, where my art and productivity is no longer a pursuit of perfection, but rather a reflection, a unique mirror of myself with all my feelings and dreams, constantly changing, so often messy, but also incredibly and imperfectly beautiful. So this whole video might have been a little different from my last ones, probably shorter and a little more raw and roughly put together. But it's the expression of who I am and what I'm feeling right now, and I want to be true to me in these videos. I don't know if any of you resonate with these same kind of feelings, especially at this time of year, but if you do, I hope you can find some peace and ease in giving yourself permission to be imperfect, to create imperfectly. I hope you can remember that you are enough, just as you are, and I hope you can learn to let go of the pressure you put on yourself, to see just how beautiful you are in this very moment. I'm sending you all so much love and light as we enter the spring season here in the Northern Hemisphere. It means a lot to me that you're here watching this, and I'm so looking forward to sharing more of these moments with you here soon. May you find peace and beauty around you, wherever you are.